All right, so let's read.
I pity whoever said it's an cleric, because see, no matter how much you say this to gain political advantage because governors are there, you will never be as rich. You will never have the level of access to state resources these people have.
Both Muslim and Christian. By this time, it was the headline on Vanguard newspaper.
People out of bondage and out of their captivity. You are there making stupid statement and inciting against Christians.
What he is preaching, justice, is it godly, what he's telling the Muslim Ummah?
I believe it's a kind of word of politics.
Is it just politics, or does it extend to bigotry?
Religion has become compromised. No be today. No be today.
Coming to every Nigerian with a very serious, heavy heart. Because I thought that at this stage of our lives, especially when we're getting older, we should begin to think about Nigeria.
And it is during election period that you see all of this.
What that man has done, and I think it should be identified and his name put on the table so that we can know these people in Nigeria who do not want the unity of Nigeria.
So who was he representing making those statements? Because we actually saw visibly Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State visibly applauding his comments.
Islam consists of politics. There's what they call political in Islam.
I cannot incite one group against the other and cause the breach of the public peace. The Police Act also has something about breach of a public peace. That's number one.
Where are they? Are you okay? Are you all right?
Number two, he is very lucky. He's speaking in Kano State. If it were in Niger State, perhaps this would have been a litmus test for Governor Bago's declaration, I think sometime last month.
Yes. And calling them, look at them infidels if they think they have voting power. Woe to any Christian that is going to align themselves with these evil, brainless people and creatures.
Who has given us all things that pertain to life and godliness. What a father! What a father! What a father!
Hello everybody, welcome back to Plan-B TV News Gist and Blog. I watched this particular video of Sheikh Jingir. When I watched this video, I felt embarrassed of being a Christian in Nigeria. The reason I feel embarrassed is because something like this will happen and you'll be waiting for your Christian leader to respond, but they all will be silent. The problem of Khan Association is that until the thing affects them directly, they don't fetch the means to speak on behalf of the people. Now, I don't think this is a cleric call, but how would a sheikh, a Muslim sheikh, go on a conference like this to say that Nigeria is a Muslim country? That he even endorsed the Muslim ticket, that Muslim will continue to rule Nigeria, that Christian will never be president in this country. And even the governor of Kano State, everybody were clapping. I want you guys to watch. In a country where there are multi-dimensional religion and even religious crisis presently, I don't think this is the best statement to make. But then you'll be waiting for Khan. You will wait to say they will talk just now. No. The first prominent man that responded to Sheikh Jingir was Fani Kayode. According to him, he said that this is not the best time for you to even utter such words. Nigerian, nobody counts the numbers of Muslim or Christian. As there are population of Muslim, there are population of Christian. But even if now this one plenty pass on a Christian plenty pass, is this the best time for you to say this kind of things now that the country is bleeding? But I waited and waited upon waiting, no Khan Association, until God sent the Messiah, Isa Ibuba, who did not take it pleasant. And I want you guys to listen to what he said.
I'm coming to every Nigerian with a very serious, heavy heart. Because I thought that at this stage of our lives, especially when we're getting older, we should begin to think about Nigeria and how we can all live together in peace. As of today, I have supported over 10,000 Muslims across northern Nigeria. They have no relationship with me at all. Whether it is the school of their children, whether it is their housekeeping, it is home issues and all of that. But look at this bastard that called himself a religious leader. These are the kind of people that I suppose that government should pick. But I can see the governor of Kano State. This is how insane all of you are in northern Nigeria, some of you. This is the way you think. people that are brainless. Somebody is standing there in your meeting shouting Muslim, calling Christians infidels. And I'm going to go take this. If Christians should do this, who is going to have a country? Northern Nigeria, Muslims with the highest. You talk about the highest capital poverty of the world. Are you not ashamed? Are you not ashamed that banditry is here in the north? Criminality is here in the north. It is here in the north you have the highest level of drug addicts that you are supposed to be, if you are sane, to begin to preach the message that will help to bring people out of bondage and out of their captivity. You are there making stupid statement and inciting against Christians and calling them, look at them infidels if they think they have voting power. Woe to any Christian that is going to align themselves with these evil, brainless people and creatures. And I'm speaking to my Muslim brothers who are saying, you cannot be allowing this kind of creatures to be flowing among you. And I want to say to all the Kano people, it's time that whatever is your name, the governor of Kano, it's time you throw that guy out of that seat. He doesn't deserve it. Look at it. I'm going to play the video. If a governor is sitting under such kind of evil hate speech and he's praising this wicked evil man called Jingir, whatever your name is, your cup is full. It will not be well with you. And God's word cannot be broken. It shall not be well with the wicked. Nigeria belongs to all of us. Do come in Arewani, but I'm not tolerating in where I'm Mutaneba. Mutamin the Bachi the K. Yanamike Sufaya Kamata Munachanani. Katashi Kana Kiran Kristoti, Kavire, Sugani, Yazuka Pran Sugani, Muslims, Inasuke, Kazakaza, nonsense. Kana Magana Chow, Kana Saman Muslimani Koski out there. Kristoti Suna the Mata Gudaudu, Suna de Yara. I'm a wine as well and watching Muslim ticket. But Muslim money, you want she? Arewa. Muna Hanumu, the Malamay, the skin and the Tanani. Come on, Sheikh Saleh, the Wensu, Muna Hanai Tare, Magana Zami solved Magana Arewa, Aronchi Nigeria, and Majere Dukan Arewani, Katapi Lagos and Arewane beggars, Katapi Anambra, Arewane beggars, Katapi Abuja, Arewane and beggars. But I guess I wouldn't be Beshigam Kabani, Beshigam Kaiba, about how she to Barin the Gamaka. Mana wana Arewan. To Barin Muslim ticket in the Kamagana. Koze zibamba chabinchi koze kara kamuku abin da ya kamata duba wahalan da mutane suke ciki ya kamata a wannan lokacin ne kowa ya nazari nagari. And I want to say to all of you, it's time we prove to such wicked, evil, brainless creatures that Nigeria is bigger than them. El-Rufai is learning his lesson in a bitter way. I'm grateful to the governor of Kaduna State that now he has seen that balance and justice is required. God that we serve is a God of justice and fairness. Kapuna apara Muslimchi Christianity tanano. Ko Allah kuma bitala sa ko ba. He did not compel anybody. Ko wa ye adilin de kiso. Wanene kai the kira Christochi kapire infidels. You mindless creature. It will not be well with you.
Now, I will tell you, after Prophet Isa Ebuba have said all of this, I thank Arise TV News for speaking on behalf of Kano Association. And I want you guys to listen to what the Arise TV News have to say in none of this. We'll be right back.
I pity whoever said it's a cleric, because see, no matter how much you say this to gain political advantage because governors are there, you will never be as rich. You will never have the level of access to state resources these people have. So in the end, the greatest pawn that they are using are the religious leaders to incite this and the people. And it is during election period that you see all of this.
I think what this Islamic cleric said, the statement he made, should be regarded as hate speech. I say this because the thrust of what he was saying was to pit a particular religion against another for political gain. And let's call what it is what it is. What he made, the statements he made, they're not factually correct. However, they would make sense to an audience that is not educated or a gullible audience, to put it better. I think it's quite sad to see that the governors who were present didn't immediately speak against that. You should never sacrifice the peace and security of the people in Nigeria on the altar of personal politics. And this is what this man's statement, this cleric statement, potentially had the cause to do. And if it was either ways, I would say the same thing. I also believe that because he was speaking to the president's reason for choosing, which we know that's not the reason why, for choosing a Muslim ticket in his stance was saying almost a supremacy of one religion over the other, and numbers are more over the other, and even using a derogatory term to describe the other. And that's why he said was hate speech. And we cannot run a society, especially as polarized as Nigeria, without a zero tolerance to rhetoric like this, whether for political gain or not. This is the time where we ought to be building, where we should be speaking about unity, where we should be speaking about there's unity in diversity. We've talked about how divided we are as a nation and how the division is going deeper. And so we should not, no politician, no credible leader should sit in a conversation where topics like this, we're praising the Kaduna State governor for trying to build the bridges between the North and the South, Christians and Muslims. We are praising efforts by these leaders. And then we have people who come up to speak like this. From Abago the other day, despite the criticisms that his statement had talked about that as well. And that's why this morning, I believe that not just the governors, but the president himself, who was mentioned as part of his reason, we are going to support him for this. And if you see what he was saying, or the other person came third, almost putting aside, and it's dangerous to make the political contest a Muslim versus Christian contest. Absolutely. It has to be a contest of ideas. It has to be a contest of who is the best fit as a leader for Nigerians. Let us not allow leaders or even the people be used as a tool for police and for religious or ethnic divisions because of the ambitions of one man. And I don't think he was speaking for any of the leaders, because they have clearly come out to say how they're working together to, build a Nigeria that's united. And that's why I expect a speaking against this statement and saying he doesn't speak for us. Absolutely. I think that's well within order.
What that man has done, and I think it should be identified and his name put on the table so that we can know these people in Nigeria who do not want the unity of Nigeria. He was saying that a Muslim ticket is a good idea. Otherwise, Christians will think that they are more than us in this Nigeria. You can just classify that as incitement, trying to incite Muslims against Christians, or vice versa in Nigeria. And that in itself is a criminal offense. You asked a question that you were surprised that 2 state governors were there. It's not only 2 state governors were there. Policemen were there. State security agencies were also there. And nobody thought, the man had committed an offense, because they will say, oh, it's freedom of expression. No, there are no absolute rights under the Constitution of Nigeria. You cannot say because you have a tongue and a mouth, you can just talk anyhow. That man should be invited by the security agencies and be called to question, because under sections 44, section 50, and section 51 of the Criminal Code of Nigeria, incitement is a felony. Okay. You cannot incite one group against the other and cause the breach of the public peace. The Police Act also has something about breach of a public peace. That's number one. Number two, he is very lucky. He's speaking in Kano State. If it were in Niger State, perhaps this would have been a litmus test for Governor Bago's declaration, I think sometime last month, that if any cleric talks any nonsense that can cause disunity in Niger State, that cleric will be arrested and the place of worship may be shut down. That's in Niger State. The third point is that in terms of principle, the Nigerian Constitution frowns against any form of discrimination under federal character principle that is enshrined in section 14 sub 3 and section 14 sub 4 of the 1999 Constitution, which says very clearly that nobody shall be discriminated against either on the basis of ethnicity or the section that you belong to or the kind of religion that you practice, which is further codified, expressed in section 42 of the same 1999 Constitution, which talks about, the right to non-discrimination, that you cannot be discriminated against. This man was promoting discrimination and, questioning the rights of Christians to survive in Nigeria. Absolutely. That makes it a very serious offense. And if you go further, in section 153, sub 1 of the same Constitution, it creates a body called the Federal Character Commission. And the job of that Federal Character Commission is to make sure that in government agencies, federal or state, that there is no such thing as discrimination. So this man that is on the screen, whatever his name is violating the fundamental rights of all Christians in Nigeria. And it's adding fuel to those who say that Christians have been persecuted in Nigeria. Absolutely. I don't know what his age is, but it looks like an elder. This is not how to be responsible as an elder.
Listening to what the Arise TV News said, you listening to what Prophet Isa Ibuba said. I also want you guys to watch this particular interview. We'll be right back.
What Sheikh is what he is preaching justice? Is it godly what he's telling the Muslim Ummah?
I believe it's a kind of word of politics.
Is it just politics or does it extend to bigotry?
Let me say politics.
Why not bigotry? Why not extremism?
Because Muslims see government offices as an amana. And what we call amana is we are entrust this post to you. What will be your deliver?
Now, a video of Plateau-based Islamic cleric Sheikh Sani Yahya Jingir went viral at the weekend following remarks he made at what appeared to be a political gathering in Kano State. In the video, Sheikh Jingir makes strong religious arguments in support of the continuation of the Muslim-Muslim ticket in Nigeria. As we head towards the 2027 elections, do you believe that Sheikh Jingir's remark reflect the views of a broader section of Nigeria's Muslim community? Does he speak your thoughts?
A human is bestowed with his or his own thoughts. When you talk about what Sheikh say to his own view and to his own perspective, Nigerian, we are Muslims, Christians, tradition. What we are after is good governance, social economy, and well-being of humanity.
He said he is one of the people that push for the Muslim tickets and the dominance of the Muslims.
I would rather say a quote from the Quran also. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. I start in the name of Almighty Allah, the most beneficent and the most merciful. No one has that authority to give to mankind.
So who was he representing making those statements? Because we actually saw visibly Governor Abba Yusuf of Kano State visibly applauding his comments.
Islam consists of politics. There's what they call political in Islam. And when we say political in Islam, it's all about fairness, justice, good governance.
There have been persistent concerns in some quarters about, many of these utterances and the Muslim ticket have stirred this belief that there is an attempt to Islamize Nigeria. What do you have to say to that?
When you say Islamize of the nation, if such word can only come, it does not have effect on any religion. What I say is for me to perfect my own ways of worship and my relationships to human.
What exactly did Sheikh Yahya Jingir mean by urging Muslims to show infidels their limits? What message does that statement set?
They said action speak louder than voice.
And out of the abundance of their hearts speaketh the mouth.
So what do you understand by that statement?
When I read that yesterday, I was not alone. I was with some of my scholars. So when we read such, we see such as a word that may not unify or unite the nation.
People are complaining that there is hunger, there is rising insecurity, economic hardship. How would you describe the current Nigerian economic situation?
What we cause ourselves in is what we are receiving.
What do you mean by that?
Corruption has eaten up Nigerian for long. We are managing and we still hope for Nigerian. Because let me give you an instance. When someone gets sick and you admit to hospital, maybe somebody is suffering from malaria, you bet me that malaria you are suffering, it's not that day that it got him. And when it's going to move out, it will move out gradually.
Tell us concretely what you are saying, because we need to understand your words.
My own stand.
Your stand.
Thank you. What we are facing is not just for 4 years administrative. It's been there.
Sheikh Yahya Jingir is a staunch supporter of President Tinubu. Do you think he's weaponizing religion for political gain?
On my own view, I don't buy the view. And to what the Sultan preaches, we are not buying the idea.
You're not buying his idea?
Because Nigerian is a diverse nation.
Is Nigeria getting better or worse under this administration? Because you said nothing has changed. Nigeria has always been corrupt, right? Initially it was corrupt, and is it still corrupt now?
Things will get better.
Is it better now?
To me, what I say is that what I experienced 5, 6, 7 years ago compared to, will I say last year up to now, is more easier for me than that of then.
Okay, so you think the government is on the right track?
I believe by we support and by we do what is right, since we normalize.
This guy that just finished talking, he's part of the problem of Nigeria. People like this are the reason Nigeria will never move forward. No matter how you try to push this country through the hill, the country will never move forward, because people who are supposed to control the steering are just there mashing brake. They are, instead of putting it in gear 1 to go forward, they are trying to reverse it back. That's the basic problem. How can you see white, you are calling it black? Now, Ruben Abati is also calling for the Sheikh to be arrested or call for invitation. But because he's a Muslim, they will never do it. Nigeria's security will not even do it. In the first place, they were there, even among the people that were clapping for him. Now, the kind of association is the biggest problem here. Now, look at the way this man is defending the obvious lie. Now, can a Christian man say this kind of things, or a pastor or apostle say this kind of thing, and somebody else come online to defend the Christendom? No. You see the way they're defending themselves, trying to tell you that, oh, it is normal, fever have been there. The Can Association of Nigeria, as long that you give them bag of rice, thank God for the Catholic, because those one now, they one side. Thank God for the Catholic who are rejecting bag of rice. But the Can Association, the PFM, just give them bag of rice. They will just divide themselves. One will be saying there are Christian genocide. The other one will say there is no Christian genocide. The other one will say Nigeria is too peaceful. The other one will say we endorse Muslim tickets. Oh, it's not about religion. Bag of rice. Just put bag of rice, APC. If, for example, I'm just saying that it was a Christian or a pastor, bishop, or an ordained person, prominent person from the southeast, from the south, uttered this word, by now the whole Muslim will be demanding for apology and for that person to retract back his word. Nigerians are afraid of Muslims not because they are Muslim, but because of the consequences that go after the action. Because of the action they took anytime you step on their toes. You can go to a mosque now and bomb the mosque. Oh, because it's a Muslim that bombed the mosque, the reaction will be neutral. But a Muslim go to church and bomb church, everybody's one is preaching heaven, the other one is preaching forgiveness, the other one is preaching tithes, the other one is preaching offering, the other one is preaching giving. As long as it does not directly affect them, no, they don't care. But let it be a Christian, take bomb and drop it in the mosque. Under this Muslim Nigerian, you can see several videos of Nigerian Defense Headquarters saying that Boko Haram needs rehabilitation. In fact, they don't even call them terrorists. Now, but you will see the same people, the same set of people now defending Boko Haram who go to schools across the Nigeria, kidnapping numbers of children, abduct them, requesting for ransom upon ransom. No, these people, they are not terrorists. They need to be rehabilitated. But you will see people from Southeast, they call them ESN. No, they will say, no, they are not Biafra, they are terrorists. These people, they need to be wiped out. We need to use them as a scapegoat. You will see another prominent Igbo people. We are talking about the politicians from the Southeast. We say, yes, finish them. Finish them. We don't want something like this. Finish all the Igbo. Finish the Biafra. For food. They will sell their people. It will take the head of a Carmen for you to see one person, one politician from Southeast that will make heaven, if there is heaven. It's painful for me sometimes to watch videos like this, that Shaigumi will go out there and say all kinds of things. Now Sheikh Jingir is also saying all these kind of things, and the PFM will silent. The Can Association will silent. They will not request him to retract that word and apologize. This is the worst time to be a Christian in Nigeria, because when something happened to you, go to Jos. Go and look at Jos Plateau and see the numbers of people dying every day. As long as it's not affecting people from the southeast or the west, they don't feel concerned. So you are a Christian in the north, so you can die. You can die. The only time you see Christians speaking in one voice, our leaders, is when you try to utter or infiltrate on that tithe. Speak against tithe. All of them will now unite. You will know that there's unity. They have one WhatsApp group. They will start defending. You cannot say a bad tithe. Tithe is this. When you speak against 10%, they will say, oh, 10% will no longer take you to heaven or hell, but you can pay more than 10%. It's always about giving and giving that unites this Christian. But when it's time for them to defend the Christendom, they are divided. On the last day, if there will be, we will know. We call them powerful men of God because of the numbers and crowd they pull. That's how most of us defined men of God that are powerful. Numbers of people. But the genuine one, like Isa Ebuba, who at all times speak. It's not about leading people to heaven. How often do you defend the people you are thinking of taking to heaven? This also includes Dr. Ebe Damina, who always think the heaven and the good news of gospel whatsoever is the goal, But the people who you want to lead to the heaven are dying, but none of you will speak against the evil that are perpetrating and consuming your people. It not affect me for a year. I'm okay. My own is to preach salvation, the death, burial, and resurrection of Christ. But Christians are dying all over the world. When others are speaking against it, they will just say more. This is not what you should be thinking. Peace out.
kafirai na jin zafin wannan kalma to amma ba akwai kiristoci ba akwai yahudawa ba akwai masu bautar magiro ba ni musulmi mai wa'azin musulunci da nace muslim mai na taba nasu na hana kirishin ya faɗa ne na hana magiro ya faɗa ne na hana ɗan tantar bace ya faɗa ne amma ni a matsayi na musulmi muslim sha'a man sha'a au aba amma wani zai ce ai to demokradiya ne ai akwai su ne ba sa sallah ba ai kai ne wakilin su to mu muna sallah muna azumi kuma demokradiya kun ce majority carry the vote jama'a gauro da gauruwa tuzuru da tuzuruwa Allah ya ba ku abokan zaman tare na aure za su iya haɗa wannan taron to nan ina kiran ku dan Allah kowa je gyara ƙuri'a mu nuna wa duniya ƙarya kafirai suke da suka ce sun fi mu yawa a Najeriya ƙarya suke yi ba dan Allah taimake mu nace muslim ba mai ragon jini sai ya ce sun fi mu yawa da aka buga Allah ya taimake mu ka kwantara su da ƙasa su zo na biyu ma ba su zo ba ko su zo sai na uku bayan mu ɗaya su duka da haka ƙuri'a ta musulunci ce jama'ar musulmi ta kufa to kar wani ya rude ku masu miyagun tarihi da haka siddan suka zo suka jefa mana bom a masallacin sarki akan wai su yan tatsini wai su kiristoci yan basaji to ko da Allah amma mu irin wannan gwamnatin muke so da za ta dau ginshiƙin kafa gidan iyali mai tsafta ta zo ta kashe kuɗin Kano don mu musulmin Kano su ga miji da mata da ƴaƴa masu musulunci na yaba musu kuna ta musulunta a Amerika mayo ma na ni da ta musulmi ne Allah ta rike shi mun ci ƙasashe daban-daban da yawa da wannan ƙuri'a kaje ka zauna aka jefa ƙuri'a ta musulmi ka koma Allah ya nuna wa duniya kai na tsayawa ba ga ni da to saboda haka a je a gyara ƙuri'a Allah ya taimaki mai girma gwamna na jihar Kano. Allah ya taimaki mai girma gwamnan jihar Sokoto. Allah ya taimaki mai girma gwamnan jihar Katsina. Allah ya taimaki mai girma gwamnan jihar Kebbi. Allah ya taimaki masu girma gwamnonin kaza wa fi zalika falyatanafasul mutanafisun wa sallallahu alaihi wa sallam.